heard was a piece called Anagnostic. I'm not sure if you know what that actually means. It sounds kind of I was just testing, that was a test. But, so I hope you enjoyed that piece. Here's another, I guess, band favorite. We've been doing this for years, and unfortunately we weren't able to get this big piece on the stage. Anyway, this next piece we're going to play is called Dragon Slayer. Give us a few seconds. We're going to go ahead and switch gears a little bit and bring on the marching band. Thank you.
This is Channel 12 News Special Report. Here is Joe James.
The word is snow. Once again outside, there is a big storm hitting northern Indiana. We don't have to tell you that it's really bad outside right now, but things are going to get a whole lot worse, even later tonight. We have picked up 2 to 3 inches of snow, but with the 50-mile-per-hour gusts, there will be lots of blowing and drifting on the snow-covered roads. We will have a real blizzard situation on our hands for the next 8 to 12 hours. Please stay at home. The snow and the high winds blew in with a fury. Indiana residents buried the sea. A tornado wind white that shifted the snow like sands on the desert. The tipping point of devastation has reached its end by midweek. The aftermath from the blizzard of 78 left thousands, young and old, shocked, baffled, and bewildered.
It will. So, before you take off tonight, I want to recognize some outstanding students and other people in the community that helped us this year and this season. As you may or may not know, the band did an excellent job this year. We And so what we did is we came up with this theme, myself and a gentleman by the name of Matt Wise, who's our drill designer, show designer, and he came up with the whole idea. He said, why don't we do something that had to do 40 years ago? And of course, none of you kids knew anything about this. How many of you remember the blizzard of Sydney? Yes. I was 14 years old, okay? I lived on the East Coast, and we didn't get the snow, we got the ice. You guys got the snow, we got the ice on the East Coast, on the Southeast. And so Matt said, hey, let's do one on the blizzard. I went, oh, that's pretty cool. Anyway, so we just thought, okay, let's try it. So we put together some music and went out to our first show. Of course, it wasn't snowing, but it was raining. It felt like kind of snow a little bit. And then the band did really good. We actually had a little glitch in the scoring system. They had us at third place. We actually took second place, but we took first in music, as you can tell by the wonderful sounds that you heard in the auditorium about this. And so we went on to another show, which was in Concord, I believe, right, guys? Concord? Okay. And we went against open class bands. We are Scholastics B. There's three classifications. There's special class and Scholastics, and then there's open class. So we went Scholastics for the third time. 2 years ago, we made finals. And we did a medieval show. Most of you probably seen that with the castle. If you don't know what the castle looks like, you're welcome to come down the hallway. It's still kind of somewhat put together down there. It's for sale if anybody wants to buy it. So we went ahead and went Scholastics this year and went to Concord, and it was a little tough for us. It was really, really hot that day, and unfortunately we took last place, but we gave a couple bands a run for their money in the music. So we kind of shake that off, keep the snow off our feet a little bit, and moved on to the other show, which was Penn. And we went against, not really a close rival, but relatively a good rival, was Heritage High School. Heritage took second place at Scholastic Finals, so we're like, okay, let's see what we can do. But we came in second place to them at Bluffton. We went to Bluffton in our first show. Got to Penn. And for the first time made history. It's in the newspaper. We got a nice picture of Alexis and Blaine holding the trophy. All what we call captions. They took best music, best visual, and best general effect. So we're like, wow, okay, that was just amazing. So we kept working on the show, and we didn't quite have it finished yet. So then we went to Plymouth, and Plymouth has their show. We went in the evening, and we saw a lot of other bands in our classification, and didn't really know what it was going to be until they called up the scores, and lo and behold, we took first again. Music, general effect, and visuals, and then we got to prelims at Plymouth. Plymouth hosted prelims for the first time. Usually we had gone to Homestead, but Plymouth was the site that they opened, so we were like, hey, sure, we'll just go to Plymouth. So we went to Plymouth for prelims, and we were a little nervous about the weather because it was raining in the morning. We brought the kids inside in the auditorium. And okay, we're going to wait this out. Went outside, kept all the electronics in, and the pit equipment that's right here in front of me. And we went back out, kind of worked on a few things, and we're like, okay, hey, we can only do what we can do. And so we went over there, and lo and behold, the skies opened up, and it stopped raining. Just for Triton. We got there, and it was raining, like, oh, okay, what's the issue? And then it stopped raining. We got on the field. It wasn't raining. Just blue sky. And then it rained after we left. And that, I mean, you call it whatever you want, but that's what happened. So then we got there, and then as towards the end of the contest, we had to wait for Scholastic A. I felt really bad for LaPorte High School because they played in a pouring rain. I mean, and they did a great job in their show. And so they had to take all the awards that were underneath the bleachers, and thunder and lightning were like, okay, what's going on? I've got pictures, and I'll probably post it on our webpage. It looks like Alexis and Blaine are in jail. Like, they're like bars and all that kind of stuff. We didn't open there and do the awards then. They said, no, we're going to take it inside. So we went to the gym. We're all sitting there. I'm looking for my kids, and I'm right there in the front row. Go figure. So I packed myself right there with my wife, and I videotaped what was going on. And so it took a little while, but then they went by order of performance. So first it was Triton County, and then they got their results, gold. So I'm looking at my wife going, oh, Triton County got a gold. Okay. Then they called Rensselaer, and they got a silver. And I was like, okay, this is really interesting. Then they called Triton, and the kids know this. They say Triton Junior Senior High School. And it stopped right there. And they said, before you could finish the word gold, all these students around me just screaming their heads off. I mean, and it was just an emotional time. And so the band made finals for the second time in the history of the school. So we had 2 weeks off to get ready for the finals. And then we felt the cold air moving into Bourbon, Indiana. Like, ooh. Went to our very fall break. Some of you are out of town. We weren't. We were rehearsing. On Tuesday, it was kind of chilly, okay? Just wearing real gloves and hats and all kinds of crazy things to stay warm. And then we went out again on Thursday and rehearsed. And went down to Indianapolis to Warren Central High School this past Saturday. And it was cold, but it was clear. They were calling for rain, but lots of wind. And the wind was there, trust me. Right, color guard, the wind was there. Right. Flags were moving all over the place. And so we got out there, and the kids did a really good job in their show. We watched some other bands after us, and the wind just got worse. Actually, what the kids may not know, Scholastics A was canceled. Yes, and so they're doing that, I think, this weekend. So that's what happened. So we get the results, and we've been talking about getting into the top 5 or taking first place or something like that. And we were, before we got there, we were first place in the North. So all the bands that performed in the North, we were in first place. So we're going against the bands in the South. They do a draw, just like they do in sports. You have no idea whose team you're going to play against. We had no idea when we were going to perform. We were the 5th band to perform. And, I was like, okay, guys, let's just settle down, we'll be okay. And so being the 5th band on, we received 6th place out of 19 bands. Young men and women who have done this since July 9th. Yes. So some of the kids in school are out there going to the park and doing the splash pad and all that stuff. The band was hard at work, and the color guard, on July 9th, just working on the show. So a lot of work went into this show, and I'm so very proud of all these kids and what they've done. And we've had a really good year this year, and so we're going to capitalize on that and just, celebrate for the rest of our lives. So, to recognize some students for some outstanding achievements that they did during this season. So, what I'd like to recognize right now are two categories of students. One is outstanding rookie of the season, and the other one is the outstanding vet. The vet is basically someone who's been in the program for a while. So for this year's outstanding rookie for the band is Gracie Motts. For outstanding vet, this is a student that has displayed great leadership and great devotion and commitment to the program. This year's recipient is Retta Stotler. Now now what we're going to do is we're going to recognize some outstanding performers in each of the groups: the woodwind group, the brass group, percussion, and color guard. This year's outstanding woodwind player goes to Alyssa Stoner. And for our top brass player for this year goes to William Weisert. And for our top percussion player goes to Orion Lemler. All right. And for our outstanding color guard goes to Haley Hooley. All right, in this order, I'd like for these students to line up probably right here in front of the color guard in this order. Haley Shepard. Haley Shepard. Harley Shepard. They're not related. Harley Shepard. Bryant Bridget Hanson. Susan Young. Brody Evans. Fiona Young. Sasha West. Miles Martinez. Tiffany Hughes. And Alexis Whitehurst. How we doing here? Susan. Okay, these guys have to do a lot of stuff during the season. Lots of stuff is being asked of them. And you may be wondering what these kids do. These are the section leaders of the band and the color guard. So they're being recognized for their outstanding achievement, getting their sections ready for rehearsal every single time we have rehearsal or a football game or a contest. So let's give it up to the section leaders. All right. We have one more award, one more recognition, if you will, of appreciation. This student has demonstrated outstanding leadership and commitment and devotion to the activity. They have to put up with me every single day. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to recognize our drum major, Delaney Albright. You know, when you don't have an assistant band director, she kind of acts in some capacity as kind of like an assistant band director. I mean, she conducts the band, rehearses the band, warms up the band, tunes the band, drills the band. I mean, everything you can possibly imagine. This girl does it all. So once again, let's give it up for Delaney Albright. All right, we are actually almost done. If you were a helper, both adults and or students, could you please stand up? If you helped us at all at a football game, at a contest, row the bus, feed the students, whoever it might be.
Might be kind of hard to see. So I'd like for everybody in the room to give it up for these folks who came out. Okay, it's not a contest to who can break the drum head, okay? Okay. Triton and Jeremy Wondering, okay, we don't need to buy another drum head. Okay, just, all right. So thank you so much for those of you that helped. One last thing I'd like to recognize the administration, Mr. Ross and his staff, Mr. Ripple and his staff, school board, and thank you so much, everybody who came out to support the band. So